going to talk about settling the mind. In the Lotus Sutra, it states that Buddha peacefully dwelling in the great vehicle, dignified with the powers of meditative absorption and perfect wisdom, saves all sentient beings from sufferings. Buddha have meditative absorption and perfect wisdom. Both of these come from deep meditation. Thus, we need to learn how to meditate and settle our mind. Today, we're going to learn 5 meditations to settle our mind, and each of the meditation tailors toward a specific affliction. Number 1, for greed, contemplate on the impurities of the body. A lot of people are afraid of this meditation, but it's actually a great antidote for curing our sensual desires, our strongest greed. For example, if you see someone that is beautiful and you start having sensual desires, what you can do is say to yourself, since the skin on this body is rotting away, smelly, living on a filthy body and deteriorating, skin is disgusting to see and touch. And if you love the hair of this person, you will repeat the same thing. Hair on this body is rotting away, smelly, living on a filthy body, deteriorating. Hair is disgusting to see and touch. If you keep repeating these verses, you will get rid of all your lust. Another way is called the white skeleton meditation. Basically, you have X-ray eyes and you see everyone beyond their flesh and skin. You see everybody as white bones walking around, sitting, sleeping, eating. That way, you will get rid of all your attachment. So once you reach a root of goodness in this meditation, you will have enlightenment about impermanence, and you will be detached from all desires and the perception of the self. Number 2, for anger, contemplate on compassion. Anger, when we're angry, our mind is definitely agitated and not settled. So we need to use compassion meditation. There's a great compassion meditation called the 7-point cause and effect meditation. Before we do this meditation, we need to develop the mind of equanimity, which is feeling peaceful and calm about all sentient beings. You can think of 3 people, 1 for a friend that you love, 2 an enemy you dislike, 3 a stranger you don't really know. Then you think 1, the person I love right now in prior lifetime was probably my enemy, so don't be too attached to the person. Number 2, the enemy right now that I dislike in prior lifetime was probably my loved one, so let go of the animosity. 3, the stranger I do not care about right now, that's not right, in prior lifetime was probably my loved one, so start loving the person. If you can treat your friend, enemy, and stranger exactly the same, that is called equanimity. With this mentality, we start the 7-point cause and effect meditation. You think of all sentient beings as your mother, who give you motherly love. But if you don't like your mother, then don't use your mother. You can use a father or a grandmother or grandfather or even a master that you really admire. Number 2, you will think of the kindness of the mother. She changed your diaper and fed you and did everything for you. You really appreciate all the kindness. Number 3, you want to repay her kindness. You really want to take care of her and help her in any way you can because you really appreciate all her kindness. Then you will develop number 4, great love, and number 5, great compassion. Great love is you want to give her happiness. Great compassion, you want to uproot her sufferings. Great love, you really want to praise her, help her, spend time with her, and even teaching her Buddhism, let her gain wisdom and true happiness. And you want to give her great compassion. You want to uproot all her suffering as if she's falling off a cliff and you want to save her. Number 6, you will develop exceptional resolve. You feel this responsibility. I'm the only one who can save my mother. You feel this urgency and you're on a great mission to help her. Number 7, you will develop Bodhi mind. that is called the bodhicitta, the true mind of a bodhisattva who really wants to become a Buddha to save all sentient beings from suffering, because all sentient beings are my mother. If you can go through the 7-point cause and effect meditation, you will no longer have any anger toward anyone. So once you develop the root of goodness in this meditation, in real life you'll be able to treat all people with love and kindness. Number 3, for lack of focus, count the breath. A lot of us lack focus. Often we have so much thing going on in our lives, we cannot sit down and start meditating. What we can do is Anapana meditation, which is focusing on our breath. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. All the way up to 10. If you have wandering thoughts in between, just start over from 1. And if you don't like counting, you can use a mantra or use Amitabha Buddha's name. Inhale Ah, exhale Me, inhale Ta, exhale Ba. In Chinese, it will be Aumi Tofo. If you keep repeating this process, you will be able to anchor and focus your mind and go into deep meditation. When you're really good at it, you no longer need to count and you'll be able to follow your breathing easily and effortlessly. Once you reach the root of goodness in this meditation, you will have inconceivable joy, clarity, and tranquility. Every hair pore of your body will relaxingly open and your inner eye will be able to see all 36 things inside of your body like an open fridge. Number 4, for ignorance, contemplate on cause and conditions. Ignorant, we don't mean someone who don't have knowledge. You can be a PhD and is still considered ignorant, which means someone who has a strong sense of the self and the ego. Then we need to focus on cause and conditions. Cause is basically the main factor of everything, and conditions are the helping factors. For example, you have an apple seed. That's the cause. You plant it in the soil, you give it sunlight and water, and it grows into a tree. So everything in this world is basically cause and conditions. In this cause and conditions, there is not a me, so it's empty of a self. So Buddha says to contemplate on all things and see the cause and conditions that is empty of a self. We should think about our body and mind the same way. So Buddha calls body and mind the 5 aggregates or the 5 skandhas, which are form, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness. You should think all your body and mind as empty. For example, you see your form. This is just a body. It's not my body. When I'm sick, it's just cause and conditions. This is not me. I'm bigger than this. I am the Buddha nature. I am the treasury of Tathagata. Number 2, my feeling. This person criticized me, I'm upset. This feeling is not me, it's just cause and conditions happening. I'm much bigger than this, I'm not this feeling. I am the treasury of Tathagata. Number 3, my perception is not me. How come my mother yelling at my brother, I don't feel anything, but mother yelling at me, I'm insulted and upset? It's because I have a false sense of the self. Let go of this because it's just cause and conditions happening. Let go of my perception. I am the treasury of Tathagata. Number 4, mental formation. All my attachments of likes and dislikes, love and hate, all this is not me. It's just my false sense of the self. I am much bigger than this. I am the treasury of Tathagata. Number 5, all my consciousness, including my alaya consciousness, is not the true me. It's just a whole big complex cause and conditions going on. That's not the real me. The real me is the perfect consciousness, what we call the treasury of the Tathagata. So if you can think of all your body and mind in this manner, you will understand non-self. There's not a me. If you reach the root of goodness in this meditation, your heart will be filled with abiding joy in the Dharma, and you'll be free from all desires and detached from the self. Number 5, for karmic obstacles, be mindful of the Buddha. Karmic obstacle, it means when you have all of the above. you're greedy, angry, lack focus, and ignorant, then you have strong karmic obstacle that's blocking you from enlightenment. What we can do is be mindful of the Buddha. This doesn't just mean chanting the Buddha's name, it means recollecting Buddha's merits. For example, all Buddhas have 10 general names. One is called worthy of offerings. Buddha, like an arhat who's worthy of all kinds of great offerings because they are slayers of evil. They get rid of all their afflictions and they have no secret afflictions. So if you open up your mind, it's perfectly wholesome and mindful. That's my favorite part. So contemplate on it. Think about it in great detail. And then you will feel like you really want to be a Buddha. And Arhat is also someone who is no longer subject to life and death. That's also great. And another name of a Buddha is called excellent trainer. Buddha knows every lifetime of karma, their affliction, their personality. So Buddha is able to give the right medicine, the right dharma to each person accordingly. Think about the merits of Buddha constantly, and that will help you go into deep meditation or samadhi. When you develop the root of goodness in this meditation, your heart will be filled with delight, purity, and stability, and you'll be free from defilements. In real life, you'll be loved by all people. In conclusion, all phenomena are conditioned, thus empty and have no owner. Resting the mind to reach its essence, one is known as a shramana, an ascetic. All phenomena are just cause and conditions. In this cause and condition, it's empty of a self, of a me. So there's no owner. We do not own our body or mind. There's no ownership of anything. It's just cause and effect. We need to realize emptiness. So resting the mind to reach its essence. Resting the mind, let go of the idea of the self. If you can let go of your identity when you meditate, 90% of your wandering thoughts will disappear. If there's not a me, there's nothing to wonder about. Let go of the identity of the self, then your essence will emerge. Your true self, your Buddha nature, your suchness, your treasury of Tathagata, it will emerge. Then one is known as a shramana, which is a true practitioner who practices the morality, concentration, and wisdom, and who is ascetic, who has spiritual discipline, and is on the way to enlightenment. So it's not hard to settle our mind. We just need to deal with our afflictions with the proper meditation and let go of the idea of the self. So that's the class for today. Thank you for listening. Amitabha.